Hi everyone, my name is Courtney Dempsey and welcome to this presentation of my comprehensive assessment plan for the primary grades. Throughout this course, we have learned the difference in value that both formal and informal reading assessments provide for educators to guide instruction, monitor progress, and make data-based decisions. I believe Peter Afflerbach said it best in our course text where he states, "The relationship among reading assessment, teaching, and student progress in reading could not be more important." The development of my comprehensive plan derived from Afflerbach's words, influencing my choices and purposes for each assessment. I even decided to stretch myself and develop a plan for an age range outside my area of expertise. I've been a fifth grade teacher for 5 out of the 8 years of my classroom teaching career. Since my future goals include being a literacy specialist within an entire elementary setting, not just the intermediate grades, I developed my comprehensive plan for the primary grades, specifically kindergarten through first grade, with a few options to be used at the second grade level. The intended outcomes of this plan are to gather data from a collection of universal, summative, and formative assessments to guide instruction, monitor progress, and make data-based decisions at the primary levels. The assessments chosen also align with foundational skills at the primary level according to the Common Core State Standards. This comprehensive assessment plan is meant to be used within the context of 7 primary inclusion classrooms that we have at the current school that I'm teaching at, and specifically in grades kindergarten through first. There are 3 kindergarten classrooms of 18 full-time students and 4 classrooms of 16 to 18 first grade students. All classrooms contain students with IEPs, behavior plans, 504s, and a diverse range of abilities. My comprehensive plan consists of 1 universal screener, 2 summative assessments, 3 informal assessments, and 1 optional diagnostic screener. Each assessment was chosen based on current research, specifically from an article from RTI's Response to Interventions main site called Screening for Reading Problems in Grades 1 through 3, and to align with the skills needed for primary reading success. The first formal assessment that I chose is called iReady, and iReady is a universal diagnostic screener that identifies students' areas of strength and need in literacy and math. This is an adaptive test that adjusts questions according to students' answers, allowing the test to thoroughly identify the specific areas where students are facing challenges. The second formal assessment that I chose are Fountas and Pinnell's benchmark assessments, which evaluate students' independent instructional and frustration reading levels using their text level gradient A through Z. And for the purposes of this plan, students' instructional level will be assessed. And the last formal assessment that I chose is the Words Their Way Primary Spelling Inventory, which is a summative assessment that assesses students' developmental spelling stage. According to the Words Their Way authors, there are 5 stages of spelling, and typical spelling stages at the primary level include the emergent letter name alphabetic and within words stages. The 3 informal reading assessments that I chose for my plan were all developed by Fountas and Pinnell and are all included within their optional assessments in the benchmark assessment kit. And specifically the benchmark assessment system 1 rather than 2. And the first assessment that I chose is the letter recognition uppercase and lowercase naming assessment. And this specifically assesses primary students' abilities to recognize the letter forms of both upper and lowercase letters. The second informal assessment that I chose is the 25 to 200 high-frequency word list, and this is again from Fountas and Pinnell, and it specifically assesses students' abilities to read high-frequency words most commonly found in texts. And then the third assessment that I chose is called the Early Literacy Concepts test, and this is again by Fountas and Pinnell, and it assesses primary students' knowledge related to text and print. And according to Fountas and Pinnell, the information gathered from this assessment includes a student's ability to connect letters, sounds, and words, match one spoken word within one written word, distinguish letter features when they are embedded in words, understand the difference between letters and words, and read left to right and return to the left margin. And the last assessment that I chose to include within the comprehensive plan is an optional diagnostic test called the Phonological Awareness Skills Test, also known as the PAST test. And this is an informal diagnostic assessment that assesses primary students' phonological skills, including sentence segmentation, rhyme recognition, rhyme production, syllable blending, syllable segmentation, syllable deletion, phoneme isolation of initial and final sounds, phoneme blending, substitution and segmentation, and phoneme deletion of initial sounds, final sounds, and the first sound in consonant blends. This informal diagnostic test was originally published in the resource text Sounds in Action by Yvette Zgonk, and our district currently uses this to monitor progress and make database decisions at the primary level. All summative and formative assessments will be administered in the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and the end of the year, and more specifically in September, January, and May. And the three formative assessments differ as educators can administer them throughout the year to monitor progress and make database decisions. And the diagnostic PAST test may be administered at the discretion of the educator. And more specifically, looking at a calendar of the timeline. Again, in September, all tests will be administered: the iReady, the Fountas and Pinnell benchmark assessment, the Words Their Way primary spelling inventory, the early literacy concepts, the letter recognition, possibly the PAST if necessary, and the 25 to 200 high frequency word list. And then if you notice, October through December, all the informal or the diagnostic tests are options. And then again in January, it repeats the same. All summative and formative assessments repeat again and are finalized to show student growth. Thank you everyone very much for watching, and of course in my rationale I go into a lot more detail about why I chose these assessments and my purposes behind them. But if you do have any more questions, you can find me at cdempsey2@une.edu. Thank you.